Probably the primary reason we purchased a new tractor was to push and pack silage and feed bunks. And with our 8660, we've built a large counterweight for the back end, and we've got almost a full set of weights on the front end of the tractor. It weighs in now, fully loaded, freighted, ready to pack bunk at over 42,000 pounds. And that weight is really necessary for packing bunk and getting out ultimate densities to allow for proper fermentation of our silages. And when I'm pushing feed with this tractor in the pedal mode, it's just unreal how easy it makes it. With just a flick of the forward reverser, you just back up, truck dumps another load, you drive into that load a 20-foot silage box, talking 10 to 12 ton of feed. Push right into the middle of that with the tractor and loader. It eases up, it slows itself down automatically, increases the RPMs as needed, and the whole time, the truck drivers comment how quiet the tractor operates, and I'm just impressed that we're running 1400 to 1800 RPMs the whole time we're packing bunk, and it's just great to know that I'm saving fuel at the same time.
The fuel savings on this 8660 is kind of opened my eyes quite a bit. I've been going off of the digital readout on the screen on how many gallons of fuel I'm using throughout the day, but there's also a screen where you can reset it in the morning and see how many gallons you use at the end of the day. And I've done it in the morning, fuel up the tank as well, and fuel up again in the afternoon, and it's running about 4 to 5 gallons an hour as I was pulling the manure tank and spreading all day. And that's not on flat ground. We have some hills here. Like I said, this one we're pulling every load out, and to run right around 4.5 gallons the hour, that's almost half of what we were running before. So that's opened our eyes quite a bit, and you talk over a 5-year span or 10-year span, that's serious money. We run 70 miles between the two farms, mostly just transport. We move the tractor here, we'll work for 2 weeks straight with it, and we'll move back and we'll work at the other farm 2-3 weeks with it. And over the road, there's the fuel management button that we use. Allows us to drop our RPMs from about 2100 down to about 16, 17, and we'll still stay a consistent speed about 32, 33 miles an hour, but your RPMs are way down, and that saves on fuel. It cut our road time down a good 40 minutes. I mean, that adds up when you do it 8-10 times a year.
When you talk about comfort in this new tractor, that was something my brother Sean, who typically runs the tractor the most, was really pushing for. And this tractor was on the lot with the suspended front axle and the suspended cab, and as the guy that takes care of the finances, I try to stay away from the bells and whistles, or make sure if we're going to buy something we really need it. But with this tractor, it's just incredible with the road speeds that it goes, how smooth a ride it is, and it really makes a difference on fatigue at the end of the day.
The cab itself is probably one of the largest cabs I've ever been in, really. I mean, I'm not extremely tall. I'm almost 6 foot, and I can stretch my feet right out and not even touch the front window. The rear window wraps around the sides, so there's just one corner post, and it's great for visibility. And like he mentioned, at the end of the day, you're not as worn out as you were before. If you're going across rough terrain in the field, typically corn ground in the fall or something where you have some ruts in it, you don't feel it. It's it just floats across the field. So you think at first, wow, that's, like he said, the bells and whistles. But once you try it out, it makes sense. I mean,
When you're after driving this one, you don't want to drive the tractors that don't have the suspension.